Greetings, blessed love, mighty royal, welcome to my channel. This is I am Life and Light Productions, and I am Just Sparks. I am your host. Yes, we do give thanks for another wonderful day of creation. Yeah, a wonderful day of thought, a wonderful day of word. You know, for this is the day which our Lord, our word has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We do give thanks, blessed mighty heart of Sabbath, to each and every eye that is joining in with I this day. You know, I pray each and every eye household is full of health, wealth, love, joy, and prosperity going through. Do remembering that the Sabbath is a state of mind, a state of being, a mental attitude that one must inherit through practice. You know, we do give thanks for another class of high school of thought. You know, today is class 18. Can't believe it has been 18 strong so far. 18 strongs, you know. So we give thanks for class 18, you know, and I pray the eyes them that have been doing their diligent exercise. You know, it really pays off, because the information that is being shared here have no effect or no value without application. And when you apply the information, you shall receive the experience to get the knowledge. You see it, which is wisdom. So, yes, I give thanks again for the eyes them joining in with I and I School of Thought. You know, seeing that these teachings are very purposeful and necessary for I and I in these times. Realizing that thought is the creator of all things. You see it? And by our thinking, we are creating our experience, our reality. You see it? This is why it is so important for the so-called system, the governments of the world who is in power, to control our way of thinking, control our thought pattern. Because by what we think, we experience. So if they could have us thinking negative things, thinking things that, you know, are discordant and unpleasing, then we will have and experience a life of the same. And once we are having a life of that, then we are in a revolving door where we cannot see our end nor our beginning. So it is very important for us to come in contact, in realization, in understanding with the spiritual nature of thought. We carry it every day, everywhere we go. And as we think, we are creating. And there is no time at all where we are not thinking. So it's either we are consciously thinking or we are unconsciously thinking. And when we are consciously thinking, we are consciously co-creating our reality. When we are unconsciously thinking, we don't know what we are creating. So then when we are faced with our creations, we become surprised, not knowing that they are the same creations of our mind. They are our children. Yes, right. You know, so class 18 of High School of Thought, you know, let us go as we master self-control, as we master enter into the stillness. You see it? Yeah, the stillness that quietness. Blessed love, Royal I, we do give thanks to thy presence, Mr. IRS. We do give thanks, man. Royal Art of Sabbath going through. Yes, I. Yes, I saw class 18. This Strong's exercise. What we will be meditating, concentrating on for this strong. All right, this strong. We're going to be concentrating upon our power to create. You hear that? We're going to be concentrating upon our power to create. All right? We are to seek insight and perception. Try to find a logical basis for the faith which is in you. Let the thought dwell on the fact that the physical man lives and moves and has his being in the sustainer of all organic life, air, and that he must breathe to live. Then let the thought rest on the fact that the spiritual man also lives and moves and has his being in a similar but subtler energy upon which he must depend for life, and that as in the physical world, no life assumes form until after a seed is sown, and no higher fruit than that of the parent stock can be produced. So in the spiritual world, no effect can be produced till the seed is sown, and the fruit will depend upon the nature of the seed. So that the result which we secure depend upon our perception of law in the mighty domain of causation, the highest evolution of human consciousness. You know? So we do give thanks for these lessons, these exercises, you know, because they're developing our inner man, awakening our inner man, who we truly are, that conscious intelligence that we are, making us more and more aware of it, making us identify more and more with it. And as we do that, the same power that it possesses, that it shows in creation, we will have control over. You see it? So we do give thanks for these royal lessons. You know, we do give thanks for the road of salvation, the road of the Christ mind. You see it? The Christ consciousness, the Father mind. Because remember, Christ said, I and my Father are one. You see it? And there is a difference in mind. We must rise to our Christ, which is our Father mind. Rising the Son to the Father, becoming one. Then we will have all authority, all power, and all dominion. First, over the kingdom of heaven, which is the mind of man. Then, over the material plane, which is the experienced world, the objective world, the world of objects that we perceive to be living in. Yes, right. Okay. So, we will do the 10 questions and 10 answers now. Okay. Starting with question 1. How is the difference in individual lives measured? Again, how is the difference in individual lives measured? Answer: by the degree of intelligence which they manifest. So the difference in individual lives are measured by the degree of intelligence which they manifest. Question 2. What is the law by which the individual may control other forms of intelligence. Again, question 2. What is the law by which the individual, I and I, may control other forms of intelligence? Everything that you see are other forms of intelligence. Answer: by a recognition of the self as an individualization of the universal intelligence. Okay, so by a recognition of self as the individualization of the universal intelligence, we will be able to control other forms of intelligence. Question 3. Where does the creative power originate? Answer: in the universe. Question 4. How does the universe create form? Answer: by means of the individual. I and the I is the only way the universe can create form. The only way the universe can make a tree is through the individual, I and the I. The only way the universe can make a butterfly is through the individual, I and the I. Yes, right. Question 5. What is the controlling, or what is the connecting link between the individual and the universal? Answer: thought. So thought, what we are thinking, is the connecting link between the individual and the universal. Just thought. Question 6. What is the principle? What is the principle by which the means of existence is carried into effect? So what principle carries the means of existence, you existing and I existing, into effect? Answer: the law of love. Question 7. How is the principle brought into expression? Answer: the law of growth. Question 8. Upon what conditions does the law of growth depend? Answer: upon reciprocal action. The individual is complete at all times, and this makes it possible to receive only as we give. I pray the eyes them overs, but I will explain it same way. I will repeat the question and the answer. Question 8. Upon what condition does the law of growth depend? The law which brings our ideals into expression, into physical form, right? Which is part of the law of attraction. Upon reciprocal action. The individual is complete at all times, and this makes it possible to receive as we give. Meaning, reciprocal action. Becoming that which you desire to be, acting like it. You desire to be wise, start acting and feeling like you're wise. And the sequence of events is going to take place where you will inevitably become wise. Question 9. What is it that we give? Answer: thought. Yes, right? So to receive You have to give, right? They say give to receive. What it is that you give thought. Question 10. What do we receive? So when we give thought, what do we receive in return? Answer. Thought, which is substance in equilibrium and which is constantly being differentiated in form by what we think. So everything we see on the outside is the reflection of the inside. So the things that you see on the outside as objects are just but manifestation of thought. They are thoughts. They are words. Everything that you see is words, and they all have their origin in mind, in the invisible realm, in the invisible world, in the spiritual world of thought, where the spiritual man dwell, the energy, the conscious intelligence. You see it? So we do give thanks for these teachings, for these lessons, and if we pay diligent, search to it and start to apply it, then we will receive the knowledge if it's actually true or not. Then we will understand the saying when Christ tell them, if you want to know if it is me, the physical me, that is doing the work, or my Father in heaven, you go and try it yourself, meaning go and apply the teachings yourself, and you will see is if it's you physically doing the miraculous things, or it's the inner man, the Father within you, that is doing it all. You see it? So we do give thanks once again, and remember that these classes is not no fast food classes. It's not no quick fix classes. These are classes of discipline, diligence, classes of patience, virtue. You see it? Because we are learning to develop the virtuous woman. Each of I has to develop the virtuous woman within I. You see it? It's not that man is virtuous already and then the woman, you got to go find a virtuous woman. No. Man have to develop the woman with him virtuously. You see it? He have to create a patience, a stillness within self. Likewise, the female. For man is male and female. The woman was made for man, male and female. So what is the woman? The woman is the body of man, the body of the male and female man, which is the weaker vessel, which can take us into transgression and sin. You see it? So we must over these things. And we must learn to bring our woman, which is our body, under subjection, under rule, under control. You see it? And when we are able to bring our body under control, then we will be able to help others to bring their bodies under control too. You see it? And it's done through discipline. The mind of Christ is a disciplined mind. It's a mind of compassion. It's a mind of mercy. It's a mind of forgiveness. It is a mind of truth, which is confidence, certainty. That is the Father mind. Anything that enters the Father mind that he desires, he's confidently certain that it must manifest and come forth. You sight. He is a man of, the mind is a mind of love. The mind that generates feeling. For love is feeling, inner feeling. The feeling of the core, the solar plexus, that is love. You sight. The creative principle of the universe, out of which all things come. Love. If you love something, you will meditate on it. You will think on it all the time. And by thinking on it all the time, you are controlling your thoughts in the way of it. You are having faith. And because thoughts are things, it is substance. As faith is substance, thought, word is substance. It correlates with the items that are in the reality as objects and bring them to you. You sight. So we must learn to develop faith, develop imagination, develop insight, develop perception. For then we'll understand the truth about creation, that we can enter into the stillness and call forth and invoke and bring our desires, draw it to us instead of having to chase our desires. Because the world, the system, taught us that we have to chase our goals. And it's by no means so. We get our goals through love. That generated energy, that generated focus within for the things them that you're desiring. And becoming so focused, so concentrated with it, that you become one with it. And you feel it with you already. And then you rest in that feeling, which is the Sabbath. Resting in the feeling of your state fulfilled. And then from there, you continue in the way as reality shifts and changes to your new identity. You have to learn to control your thoughts. Faith. Because when you come out of your vision, you have to stay awake. Stay in remembrance of the vision of who you are. Remember, the Bible speaks about those that in the morning they get up and they look into the mirror and they see the version of self of who they are. But then when they step out the door, it's like they forget who they is and it's a total different person. This has to do within. What is the vision that you're holding within of the ideal self? When you come out of your imagination, are you remembering to hold that image as your ideal self? And if you're not and you're falling asleep, every time you fall asleep, the enemy enters in and sows seed among your good wheat. So that now, when the things them that you're desiring starts to manifest, the tears them start growing too. Those are the times during the day when you lose focus of your desire. And you start to focus on the reality that you're in, your current situation. So this road is a road of discipline, where you have to develop a mind of discipline to be able to see, think, hear, smell, and taste only what you are desiring to see, hear, smell, feel, and taste, regardless of what is placed before you in the objective world. By doing that, you will bend reality. You have to be able to enter into that conscious space of who you're desiring to be. Putting all your awareness there. And then controlling your thoughts in the way. So quick fixes will not last. Yes, right. Buying and selling the kingdom will not last. Because those who buy and sell the kingdom will be beaten by their very light within and be cast out of the kingdom. We read it, it is written. You know, many of them out there, you see them buying and selling the kingdom. You know, for this and this money, come and learn how to manifest this, learn how to... No, the kingdom is free. Salvation is free to him that seek it. You see it. If they could have manifested, they would not ask for your money. Think about it. If they could manifest whatever they're desiring by having that controlled mind, they will not need your money to teach you to do it. But because they cannot do it, they have to hustle. They have to find a way to influence others, to give them their own things. You see it? And this is what is going on. We don't knock them, for everyone to their own. You know what I'm saying? But we shine the light on what is going on. It's about true inner working. Self-work. Daily. Overcoming your daily obstacles. Overcoming your daily difficulties. Being able to ride smoothly through them and not being moved, offended by them. Having no offense to the outer world. Yes, right. Having a conditioned mind of discipline, of patience, of truth, of certainty, of love. Yes, right. It's not no hurry come up mine. Yes, right. That's why the yogis and the sages and the monks them go far away. And they sit there for years trying to develop the Christ mind. Now you see it pop up today that it's all over the internet about manifestation. Yes, right. The manifestation mind, the mind that manifests, the conscious manifester. It's the Christ mind. Yes, right. It's not easily obtained and you cannot fool it. You cannot fool yourself. Yes, right. So this is a road where you have to be true. You have to be real. Yes, right. Else you're not going to make it. And I'm saying this from my heart to each and every eye. Seek this road with due diligence. Yes, right. Yeah, buckle your belt and lace up your shoe and get ready for the road. Yes, right. Because all your faults, all your weaknesses will be presented before you. And you have to be able to overcome them all. Yes, right. And gain the mind of the perfect man, the man whose end is always peace, the man who do not judge and condemn and find fault, but understands and has compassion and mercy and forgiveness, that is gentle, that is caring, that is tender. You see, because that's where power there, you know. Power not there in a force, you know. The outer world will make you think that power is in force. But power is in repose. Power is in stillness. Power is in calmness. Power is in gentleness. You see it? You know, hear what them say. Speaking about the physical woman, or the female, we will say woman there. You see it? That she can subdue the greatest of warrior. And how would she do it? With her gentleness. You see it? So we must learn from these things. Through our gentleness, we subdue all. You see it. You know, and this is some real talk. This is no joke gentleness. This is the real deal gentleness. Being true with self. So now you're true with each and everyone else. Because remember, you know, you are the individualization of the all. So that means every projected I out there is the I. Not part of the I, is the I. Every tree, every animal, every insect is the I. Because it's one consciousness, one conscious intelligence. And man has been set at the head to bear record, bear witness of this intelligence and its existence. We are the greatest beings there is. Yes, right. So do diligence with the classes, I'm telling you. You know, and it's almost coming to an end with this session of classes, because it's 24 classes, and I will do another one again, maybe a workshop. You know, I don't know, you know. But once I am certain, I will really let the eyes them know. You know, because when you're certain, you put it in full forward motion. You see it. Because confidence, certainty is truth. Not what they teach us out there, what truth is. Truth is confidence, certainty. Plain and simple. Yes, right. So we give thanks for another wonderful class of High School of Thought. You know, and I give thanks for each and every eye that join in with I, you know, that take time out of their precious life, their precious time to sit with I, you see it? And here I reason and talk and, you know, do what I love, what I cherish, what I care about. You see it? So I give thanks royally for each and every eye that join in with I, you see it? The ones them that, you know, comment like risen. Yes, risen forward. Me love that. You know, Grand Sabbath. We do give thanks royally. Yes, and Mr. IRS, you know, the I always there with I, you know, always a show I support, you know. You know, always a push I to move forward and continue in the way. So I give thanks to the I, most naturally, most royally. You know, sending blessings royally to the I house, to the I household, to the I self, and to the I youth's wife, you know, mom, dad, you know, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, the whole of them, the whole of the I, because we is one I, you know what I'm saying? And if we don't show diligent care for I, you know, for each I, then what is I and I existence really worth? And if one eye is exalted and rises to the level of Christ and cannot bring the other eyes them with him, what? You know, what glory is that? There is no glory in that. There is servitude, you know, or not even servitude. There is oppression and depression in that. Because that's what the world teach. They want to keep the teachings for themselves and then have the masses them oblivious to the teachings, so the masses them become dependent upon them, who through the law of the universe is achieving and accomplishing all things. The same law that is now presented to I and I, that if we study and apply it, we too will achieve all things that we are desiring. The world of peace, the world of harmony, the world of love and joy and prosperity, the world of truth, the world of glory, the world of sanctification, the world of liberation. All are available to us right now in thought. For whatsoever we can think of, we can express and create. And that's what Marcus Garvey was telling I and I. The mind creates, And that is how Marcus in those times did what he did, because he believed in himself. He believed in the vision that he held in his mind of a better tomorrow for his people. And through that belief, invisible forces moved and helped him to establish that which he desired to establish. Then you wonder, how is it not happening today? And when back in those days, the resources then was not as much as it is now. Communication wasn't the same as it is today. You see it? And it's all because of the brainwashing, of the systematical, conditioning of the mind through schools and institutions. I tell them, when Rasta start, Rasta fire them things, and say we must not join their institutions and schools, I don't know where along the line Rasta choose to just turn around and decide to do it, and now all them picnic them institutionalized, systematically, indoctrinated. Yes, right. To have part of the system. When you realize the truth, you don't need them, you don't need that. All you need is thought. And through your thoughts and your belief in your thoughts, marrying your thoughts with love, with feeling, you create for yourself your reality that you desire to live in. And birds of the same feather flock together. So whatever you're desiring, you will end up among those that desire similar things as you. So there is no need to worry. There is no need to let go and just hold the peace. See a man for who he is, and wherever you want to do, no matter what it is, him a God in an expression. So allow him, he have a right. So as you. And just as when your right is violated, it's the same, so him a feel, whether you feel him deserve the violation or not. You see it? So it's the development of the Christ mind. The development of the mind of forgiveness and compassion and mercy. That we can pray for each and every one from within, seeing them in a better state if they desire a better state. Seeing them where they desire to be, achieving their goals, whatever their goals may be. You don't have to know it. But see them telling you, yay, my goals have been accomplished and I am happy, yay. And by the power of your thought, you will push invisible forces to help your brother and your sister along the way. And that is what the mind of Christ is about. It's not about seeking after vanity and worldly things. Everyone wants to manifest $1 million. Hey, I tell you, the buyers and sellers of the kingdom shall be flogged. What's up? Yeah, the buyers and the sellers of the kingdom shall be whipped and casted out. You see it? So, yeah, man, I pray each and every eye over us, and come forward to the truth, because that's the only time we can really full joy and express, merriness one amongst the other, When each eye rise to their potential, rise to their true purpose, rise to their authentic self, each and every eye, and able to live side by side with each other without discrimination, without condemnation. Yes, a world like that is possible. It did exist and it shall exist again. As in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. And all those who disagree just would not be there to see. It is just the fulfillment of the glory. the fulfillment of the truth of what you believe to be shall be. So if you believe in that you're going to die and wither away and be no more, so shall you be. You see it? Yeah. The word is not a word of partiality. Yeah. You reap that which you sow. So whatever you're given in thought is what you shall receive in conditions. So until such time, full joy the eyes them strong, going through. You see, blessings to each and every household. Yeah, may peace reign. Yeah, stillness of heart and mind and soul. May it reign within I and I, that we come to the realization of truth. You see it. You know, and give thanks again, Royal Eyes. Continue in the way of the eye of the mind, in the way of your imagination, the Christ, which is the head of all bodies, the head of all man, the head of every woman, which is the body of man. You see it? So today, when you look at your feminine counterpart, do not style her as woman, the lesser vessel. You have a lesser vessel just as she. You're not different, you're not bigger, you're not greater than she. You see it? Yeah, check the levels. It's one conscious intelligence which created two bodies to correlate and come together to create more of itself. It's the beauty of creation. It's the beauty of I and I. You know, see it? Yeah, so we give thanks and full joy the glory. You see it, of being. Just being. All else shall be added. Just be. And don't chase. Yeah. Magnetize and draw to you that which you are. Because it's happening naturally. Better you do it consciously than unconsciously. You see it? Until such time, all I am. Blessed love. Yeah, man, it's a